Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing quite well by the grace. So, I love freestyle. Today is freestyle, and I'm going to talk about address two things. The first one is El Lizato's baseless remarks regarding women. And the second one is going to be some stepmoms maltreatment in life issues. So when you come through, bring your comment. Don't hesitate. The only thing that is not receptive here is disrespect, putting and insults. People are going to have to learn to um, restrain their emotions because we all um, have the right to share our opinions on certain things. Sometimes when you go on social media, you hear certain things and you're trying to figure out where the person is talking from, what they understand, where the level of their emotional intelligence, because some people just speak without thinking, right? And you have a lot of people who are more inclined to be receptive to things that don't make sense to intelligent, critical thinkers, but it makes sense to those who lack of knowledge, those who lack of wisdom, those who lack of emotional intelligence, self-restraint, and so many things. Hi, Daddy. How are you doing? Um, in many cases, I just feel, and this is my personal opinion, when situation comes about or one is given a platform, the best possible way is for the person to first do research and come with, evidence of what they're talking about, right? If they cannot provide that, when you go to Google, there are a lot of research, information being put on Google, so you'll be able to like uh, prove, somewhat. And most things that scientists comes up with, it's never 100%. Sometimes it's 99 point something, or other times it's 85, 75. It could be whatever numbers, right? But they just go with when they did the experiment to men and women or children, boys and girls, in you know a mixture of whomever, and what their response were. That's what they will conclude with their reaction, how they are receptive to. Some people will be given drugs, others will be given nothing. They will be given water, but then they will make them think that the water is being given to them, it has some type of medication in it. So their mind is going to be playing some type of games on them. It's part of experiment. People do experiment for a reason, just to see how human beings, react to different things. You can have 10 people, or let's just raise it up, have 100 different people, different culture, um, different religion, and so forth, and, give them the same instructions and change one thing, and you're going to have one to five of them acting the same way, but the rest, every single one of them is going to be acting different. So let me share my perspective I have on El Lizato's unintelligent remarks that he did make. And do feel free to share your comments with self-restraint and emotional intelligence constructively, because we are here to educate and also learn from each other. personally, El Lazato's he speaks with bitterness. Okay, lack of critical thinking, lack of intelligence, lack of adequate information. He speaks at his stupidest because he sounds so angry. It's likely possible his outbringing was not so great, or partners that he has been with did not treat him so well. And for the lack of a lot of coping skills that will help him to better have, you know, better understanding of how women works, because when you go into statistically, we do have some men and some women that act stupid. Okay, ọmụ yɛ gyimifo esan sɛ ɛyɛ behavior bi a ɔmo esua. Obiara ni hɔnom a yɛwo na wagyimi. Nobody is dumb. No one is born stupid. It's a behavior learned. And both genders, you will find some of them on certain level. It's a fact. But when you have some individuals, they speak down on women, they disrespect women, the importance of women. It's really hard for some people to be receptive to what others' mindset works. Nipa bi adwen sɛnea ɔmo dwen no. Nsɛm bebree wɔ hɔnom a nipa ne bɛka. To him, ne nipa a ɔmo wɔ ne level no, ɔmo te aseɛ. But to people who are intelligent, critical thinkers, they will not have they will not have understanding of where he's coming from, because the people that he sees or he feels are stupid, he's the one that his speech alone put him in that category. Right? You can say women are not wicked. We do have some wickedness. Wickedness goes all across board. There are some people, both genders, some of them are very wicked. Some of them are evil. Some of them, they get so envious and jealous of what their partner, siblings, some family members, friends have accomplished. They're going to adopt such behavior because they cannot function productively. It's part of human nature. So if you do see, some people, hey, Sister Aisha, I've always saying, oh, it's good to see you. Oh, hello to you as well. When you mention my name now, you make me feel really good. So this afternoon, I was just I took like 15 minutes break while I was working, and I saw a video that my brother Obi did, and that he played a little a little part of what this dude called himself, El Lizato, talking about women are stupid. In general, he said he's not taking anybody out, including his mother. And I said to myself, it is so ironic for someone who came from a woman's womb will make such baseless comments, right? Talking in terms of women, we add population. It's through us. Yes, you guys produce, of course, But we carry those children. Like, I mean, his mother needs to start crying. The fact that it is just absurd. So when we talk about baseless, right? Baseless remarks. When someone makes baseless remarks, now teachers and people who are educated already know what baseless is. It's without foundation in fact, right? Baseless allegation. He just he just, like, he needs psychoanalytics evaluation. Sister Aisha, I so agree with you. Let me be serious. Like, sometimes with certain situation, you have to like smile and laugh about it, because you're trying to like tame yourself, tame your tongue. But foolishness we can use here, foolish fool we can use here, because I use them. Stupidity, of course, because when one is at their angriest, they are at their stupidest. People get personal and emotional when they speak something that they have experienced. So you have some of our men, Ghanaian men, if they go through certain unpleasant relationships, unpleasant marriages, every whatever one woman did to him, or two or three or multiple partners did to him, it becomes every Ghanaian woman's problem, which is not something that we need to tolerate. That's his frame of mind. The way he speaks should tell you his level of intelligence, right? And his understanding. Because he's just speaking like he has diarrhea mouth. When you have diarrhea, do you have control of yourself? No, you gotta go. So you don't think about where you're going to drop everything. You just let it out. Once you find yourself an isolate place, you just let it rip, because you can't hold it to a certain level. That's how some people speak. Some people go outside their comfort zone and they're unable to establish what they're trying to convey in others. But the weirdest and sad things is that sometimes, oh, hold on, I thought I turned the volume off. Is that some people, they mimic what they see others doing, right? Because they feel that is, that attracts more attention. And also in Ghana, if you want to trend, right, you have to come out and say something that is going to like bring a lot of attention on you. Of course, I mean, we talking about it. His mother needs to cut him off. I mean, I feel so bad for his mother, because for her to born someone to this world and then he turns out to be this way because of a behavior that he adopt. That's sad. He got issue with women and need to check himself first. He is the problem. I agree with that. Most men who have a tendency to attack women, disrespect women, defame women, compare women to nothing. They normally either have a traumatic event happens to them, something happened during their outbringing, or they were taught to think in such manner. When one has enslaved mindset, they only believe what they have been taught. They cannot learn anything outside that, right? Sometimes you have people who are comedians, they make jokes, and sometimes some of the jokes may sting, right? But that's part of their professions. They make people laugh. Some jokes may not be so funny because it could be, mocking someone else, someone's disability or so forth. I mean, most of us saw, oh, Sister Aisha, which one was it? Was it, oh Lord, I forgot which one, with the Will Smith and the Chris Rock incident. Which award were they doing? I forgot which award they were doing. We all saw what happened on a live show, how, Will lost his emotions, his self-restraint, and went and slapped Chris. Oscar, thank you. The Oscar award. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We all saw what happened, right? So it's like, and I'm not sure when this guy, Lizato, was speaking, if there was any woman in that radio station. I did hear a guy, one of the guys saying that he has to say some, and he was like, no, all. And that's some of the things now. Sometimes, it prompts other people to insult, right? To disrespect, because he should not be allowed to speak in such manner. He has no self-discipline. He has no respect for himself, for his mother, and for women. Whatever he has endured or gone through is because of his own poor characteristic. Because, probably he see himself to be superior and smart, even though it's the opposite, right? So he feels like, okay, let me go to places, people who are like in my level, who will be receptive. I can say something, crazy or something idiotic, and then that will bring me attention. Even someone will try to correct me, and I will still say, and nobody will challenge me. A lot of times, some of the radio stations in Ghana, like most of the people over there, they don't even challenge their guests. They come over there, they're saying something, they don't ask enough questions for them to give you adequate information, because they don't have it. They just come there and spill whatever diarrhea mouth that they have, the knowledge that they have, which is at the bottom of the pit, right? People who are intelligent, who are unintelligent, people who speak baselessly, they always at the bottom of the pit. So they have to say something outrageous just, to bring attention to themselves. I mean, when I heard what he said, I felt disgusted. And I don't blame him, The it did not surprise me. I do not blame him, right? I have to blame the people that he grew up around, the people who have enabled this kind of baseless, foolish talk, people who laugh at such poor characteristic. I have to blame them, because if he does not have audience, he will not be making such comments. So he has a lot of issues, problems that he needs to fix himself, because he has a lot going on. The bitterness on his tongue, he cannot tame his tongue. And I watched some of his videos, they call about his proverbs. Everything he speaks about is about women. What of the men? Everything is about women. He has the goals and the audacity. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I try to really figure things out with certain things. So when we talk about baseless now, similar is something that is unfounded, that is groundless. So his remarks that he made about women in general, that he doesn't take nobody out, was groundless. It does not have, it's unproven, it's unsupported, it's unjustified, unwarranted, ill-founded, without basis. It does not have anything to back up. He does not have anything to back up with evidence. He doesn't have it. He's just saying it. That's his mind of frame, right? Boss, Apomu is saying the marvelous, knowledgeable boss lady, one, no size. Such the loose talk from a man. I mean, like, I have come to learn that, we do have some of our men who are very immature. They are educative, but they do not have critical thinking. They're still lacking of knowledge. They're lacking of a lot of coping skills. Like, it's good to entertain people. It's good to socialize with people, but, like, don't try to elevate yourself by putting one gender down, because of gender bias. I mean, it's wrong. And for him to speak in that manner, oh my goodness. I feel sorry for his mother. Boss, yes, so I do need sure many abusiafo no yenyina obia ho ye na won so woni abusiafo obia ho te same. So he comes, and make such comments. So, Lizato, his comment, it's men like him, right, who will never bring progress within our society and community. It's evident that his lack of respect for women, yet he came from a woman's womb and not a man's womb, right? And then he put women down because he feels superior. He talks about, back in the days, women were like, nothing. Now, excuse me, let me ask the questions and you guys can, help me with this. For his frame of mind and his level of intelligence, right, which is at the bottom of a pit. It doesn't even get to the baseline. Sometimes, I'm trying very hard, to utilize my self-restraint, and, use my active listening, educate, and learn. All right. You have some of our men. For me, I personally trust and believe that in every gender, you have all type of characteristic in both gender. You cannot find one within men and not find some within women. Some of us, we display certain behavior that cannot measure up to intelligence. The only thing that we can think of, if you're not intelligent, now you are stupid. And some people who have a tendency to put other people down, they see themselves smart, but in actuality, they reflecting their own personal poor characteristic onto other people. So his baseless remarks, I put it on him. That's how he sees himself. So the fact that he cannot be receptive to the type of person that he is, he trying to elevate himself and justify his whole being by reflecting that on women, because he sees women being the easy target. Because whenever someone make a smart comment, they have to attack women. And those who attack women are not smart people. They're not intelligent. They are the most stupidest, dumbest people alive. That's how it is. Because when one speaks and attack another, that's where it stands to. And then when people speak and they misspoke, we need to hold them accountable. And some people may not want to accept that. The truth is one. We should not condone in foolishness. We should not condone in gender bias. We should not condone with people like, a man like this. If he has daughters, I feel sorry for his daughters, the type of environment they're going to be raising. It's really sad. Sister Sage Williams, how are you doing? So so for me, in my perspective, I see Lizato, his level of sense compared to a stupid woman is at least at the pit of the bottom of everything, not even at the baseline, because he cannot be level with intelligent or critical thinking women. So he cannot be receptive to that. He can't. He only gets his opportunity to disrespect women because he is within his association. The people who will listen to him and clap for him, we do have people, because in our society, some of the men have no respect whatsoever for women. So he's speaking for them. He's speaking for some people. So they're going to be receptive to what he says, right? When you follow foolish fools, you yourself become a fool also. When you follow wise people, you become wiser. And that's the fact. I don't need to go research anywhere, because you say nipa what one na wuntie nyansafo na wo de obi a ono de wosi jimi nkwa na obejimi no saa nipa no wudi na chi na we are receptive to that person. Once in due time, you start talking the same way, behaving the same way, understanding the same way, and you will not develop. You're not going to grow. Personally, I just do not understand why some people with peanut brain, people who insult women, men who insult women, individuals who insult women, I see them that they have a peanut brain, because what they have in their brain, because they're lacking of knowledge and they're refusing to learn anything new to change their ways, their brain will continue to shrink, and it will shrink to the point now, everything that they say, even though coming from their mouth, they hear themselves that they're making sense. But for people with intelligence and critical thinkers, we don't see it like that. And we will speak up against it. So with someone with peanut brain come and speak anyhow, like they have diarrhea mouth. When you have diarrhea mouth, when you open it, anything comes out. Nothing stops unless you are finished. So you say whatever. It is really ironic in so many ways that some men have the audacity to continue to disrespect women. Yet, this is where I want people to help me with it. Yet, it is the same fools who ask their women who they express as stupid should support them. Should treat them like their first sons. Should respect them. Yet they don't respect themselves and respect that woman, right? This women should care for them, should enable their nonsense, should endure their gender bias, with their baseless mindsets. The same fools, are they talking about Emma Ejimino? Sad nipa so and omu betina social media. And also omu support to such person. No mu wi omu san beka say Emma Ejimi for. Instead so beka say man be because Emma be Ejimi, me be Ejimi. Give and take. Hands up. I'm saying it with hands up. Every gender, Jimmy for then you'll be an Jimmy. Not everybody is stupid. So you cannot conclude to say one gender is stupid. How? Were you pulled off the ground? No. But yet, you're going to speak anyhow, and you have people who cannot challenge you. So you come and spit your nonsense. And people share, like, love, laugh, like it's nothing. It's not a joke. There are some jokes you don't accept it. Don't be receptive to it. Our men should respect their mothers and women in general, because we multiply population. Women, we're not an object that people can speak of us anyhow that they want because they feel like it. It's absurd that a grown-ass man with such immature mentality, and yet he's educative. How? Sister Aisha and Sister Love, this is Lizato displace. Oh, Sister Aisha, displacement is a defense mechanism used to self-soothe. Oh, thank you. Also referred to as misplaced anger. Misplaced anger is a type of anger that perpetrates negativity and starts a cycle of fights. Individuals who experience this tend to have poor impulses control and high aggression. Bam, 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 bam. Sister Isha, I salute you with the X factor, knowledgeable one. I salute you. Chop cases. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Pepe. Sister Aisha has concluded for me. She has concluded. Those are psychological terms, and it's right on point. That's exactly how this person is. How? I mean, like sometimes I ask myself a question. I mean, it's so iron. I mean, for most times, programs like that, I don't watch it. But if I see some of the individuals, friends that I watch them on social media talking about certain things, I will pay attention to. I will listen to 5 minutes time, and then if it pricks my interest, then I will watch for it more and see where it goes. But this guy, he needs to come back and apologize because he did not speak well. That was unintelligent remarks, and he needs to be able to have the common sense, which is basic fundamental sense. If he present himself right, or make himself to be an intelligent man, he needs to go and evaluate most of the things that he has done on social media. But this one here, the one that he put all women in one category, even condom that men use to have sex, It says 99.9. It says 99.9%. It does. There is a possibility of 1%. That something can still happen. You can never have 100% of everything. Bad fruit, you can't have 100% of it. Good fruit, you can't have 1% of it. So when people put certain things, everything in one, you can say in most cases we do have some women, some men, or many men, many women, because in certain areas we have more men doing things that they shouldn't be doing. In some areas we have more women doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and other areas you have some of them doing it, several, a few of them. So there's a reason why Abrofo people listen to came up with different type of words, because our words matters. How you say things is very important. You can't just come open your mouth and just let everything out. Learning to tame our tongue is very important. We need to be able to do that. So between women and the men, who put women between women and between men and women, who put women at their stupidest, right? Who is, between women and men, who is at their stupidest? When people talk about women being stupid, right? But then you have those same men asking for women to endure a lot of things because women are multitasking. They talk about the head of the house, but then when worse come to worse now, they're expecting women to save them, women to save marriage. So you saying that you as a man, you are the smartest person on earth, but you cannot sustain your own family, but then you expecting your woman to take care of you and the children. So between you and that woman, as a man, who is who? That's something, that everybody can make their own conclusion on my question. Between women and the men, who is at their stupidest? Because women, we don't demand the things that men demand from us. A lot of things men demand from us. And for someone who is not stupid, you ask a lot from one gender, yet you put yourself on the highest level. I understand that my physical strength can never amount to a man's physical strength, unless I'm doing lifting and I'm injecting myself with some crazy drugs and stuff like that. Maybe I can amount to that, but my physical part, my physical body, it can never be a man's body because I'm a woman. But aside from that, what else is different? Aside from our physical appearance, women has breasts, men have nipples. Women has vagina, men has penis. Both men and women have buttocks. Women are built in a certain way. Most of them. Hips, big butt. We do have some men who also have big butts. They have woman figure. That's how they are. They got it. We both got legs, shaped differently. We both got arms. So beside our genital area and chest up here. And then going inside the intestines, you guys have intestines. We have fallopian tubes, ovary that we carry our children in. So it's like our organs inside is a slight difference because men cannot carry children. We understand that. We have brains in our head The same way that men have brains. So you cannot come and tell me that I'm stupid. How you know I'm stupid? Because you cannot handle the truth. Because if a woman school you, you will not be able to accept what the woman says, because you can't understand from her level of intelligence. I just don't get it. That some people make it their business to say things and do things that carries no way. It's baseless remarks. He should not be allowed to be making such dumb remarks. Oh Lord. Most times, when you read when you research things and statistically, you know, some people have a tendency um, to speak in a foolish mind, in a foolish manner, with no dignity. They lack of compassion, lack of understanding, lack of integrity, lack of common sense. Even every single one of us is born with common sense. Dogs even have common sense. Animals, they have common sense. But there are some individuals, both genders, that you place them with a dog and they see fire in the middle of the road or the street, whatever you say it, and you tell them, tomorrow I need to see you on the other side of the street or the road now. You're going to have a dog, an animal, stand back, assess the situation, and the dog will have a sense to know, say, if they're trying to go around it, they will gauge it. A dog will be able to have that understanding to gauge it. Say, if I go around or not, I will still get burned. So I'm just going to go back and figure something else out. You have dogs in America, support dogs, that they are able to support their owners if their owner have underlying sickness. They have they go into under arrest. They will run to the neighbors. They will go outside, bark until they get someone to come to the house and save their master or their owner. Yet you can put a human being, some people on the same street or road, and tell them the same thing, give them the same direction. Some men and some women will try their very best to get around the fire, even though some of them know that the way the extent of the fire, they will get burned. But because they don't want to start over due to their inability to function productively without somebody giving them direction, they will try their best to get to the other side, even though when it's not safe. There's a difference. But some women and some men will look at the situation and say, oh, hell to the no. I'm not going in there. I'm not. And they will go back. But you're going to have some people within both genders who will do their very best to cross the street or the road with fire blazing in the middle, thinking that if they go around now, they should be fine. Because when you have a blazing fire now, you don't know which direction the wind is going to blow, and you don't know exactly what time, what minute, what seconds that is going to blow. So what happens if around the time that you trying to go past it, the wind shifted? What's gonna happen? It's going to, it's going to, your clothing is going to cut in your clothes. some type of your skin, your hair, and you're going to burn. So you cannot estimate where the fire, the blaze is going to go. But because you were told you need to go to the other side, by fire, by heart, you're going to find a way to go through, even though you're going to get burned. You're going to go through. You can't tell me, say, every man and every woman will do that stupid thing. There's no way that will happen. That will never happen. Because I said we do have some women and some men who have common sense, which has developed into intelligence, critical thinking. Men who always shaming women have issues. They have big problems. They reflecting themselves on women because women is the easy target. My dear sister, Eno Asosika Bebowakwaba. This guy, he needs to learn sense. So, because if some people don't learn sense in that, they're going to say things to the point and it will get them in trouble. The fact that he's in Ghana, of course, he's going to get away with a lot of things because over there, I'm not sure if there is laws that are working. But he should come to America and go to a radio station and talk in this manner. He will leave that radio station before they even finish the interview. Because even some of our men in abroad, in America, will not be receptive. They will insult him. Insult there. It's easier for anybody to insult. It's easier. They will put sense into his head. So he needs to go and come back again. Very much so. So, like to conclude on Lizato's baseless remarks towards women or regarding women, this is what I'm going to say to that. As I said earlier, I do not blame him because it's likely possible that the women he grew up around taught him, follows him to listen to his baseless talk and allow him to control them, have empowered him to speak freely anyhow that he wants. How can there be any progress with such poor mentality? There will not be. Some of the things that most of us women know that men can never do. They do not have to deal with time of the month. Our monthly, they don't have to deal with that. They do not have to experience expensive haircuts. Getting our hair done is really expensive, right? They do not have to shave their legs. Armpits, because some people have bush armpits. So, hey, try. They can wear the same underwear for days and days. If some of them carry poor hygiene, because some of them don't care. Don't get me wrong. We do have some women who also have poor hygiene. I'm neutral. I go both ways and still feel happy. Some people, when they have scent, body odor, they like it. Some of them could be sensory issues. Some people, like when they pee in their underwear, when they soil in their underwear, they will still keep it on because it soothes them. Okay, that's something that some people go counseling to work on it. But some people, they do that is not because, they have sensory issue and so other things. Some of them do it because they lazy. They don't want to do anything about it. Men can take out their wee wee and pee anywhere, their dildo. They can take it out and pee anywhere if they are out in the community. Women cannot do that because everybody will know what is going on, and people will come and trying to see what's up. They want to see something. Women, we have more endurance. We understand that, and some of you men takes advantage of that because women can multitask, women can endure this, but we can't. Yet you tell us that you the smartest. If you are the smartest, why can't you endure things? Use your smartness to deal with it. So for someone who is so smart, yet you can't deal with a lot of things, you have to do things singly. You ask for women to support you and do things for you, but you yourself cannot do that. Men cannot give birth to children. Women can. We do a whole lot. Yet, you saying when Jiminia or Timmy carry akra for 9 months, a bro 9 months, going through morning sickness, all the pain, suffering to born a child. Oh my goodness gracious. I just don't know. I just don't know. So, for me, sometimes, I do have to go to Google, to, find some things out. Oh Lord. So I went to find out what are the best things about being a woman. Because we do have some of our men talk about some crap about women. Women, we are good listeners. We talk a lot, but we are good listeners. And of course, most of you know it's a fact. We multitask, right? We can do so much better, and we do it well. We're not trying to be a man, because when it comes to physical strength, we cannot measure up to men. But aside from that, and our genital areas, everything else, what a man can do, a woman can do also. Because you have brain in your head, I have brain in my head. So you cannot stand there and tell me I'm stupid. It takes a stupid person to know somebody else is stupid. And also, when it comes to businesses, women, we can negotiate better than men. Some people will say, oh, no, it's not. Yes, we can. Even in most cases, for this Zato, he's talking about women being stupid. A stupid woman can still get a man to be on his knees. That's straight facts. And there is nothing they can do about it. All right, so let me go do promo, and then when I come back, we're going to move on to the second part, which is some stepmoms, who maltreat their stepchildren. So, Saisha, thank you very much. God bless. Okay, so let me do promo. Oh gosh, I think I even share this. Okay. Oh Lord Jesus. Let me see. All right. Here. I should share that. All right. So on this platform, we come to educate, learn, share information, um, engage, be receptive to other people's productive opinions also. So if you have any questions, you can ask questions. I will answer them to my best ability. If I don't have an answer for you, I will get back to you, because things that I don't know, I will learn it. Things you know, please do share. So I also can learn from y'all, which is something that some people are not receptive to. Because if you are the type of person that always saying you know everything, you'll be left behind, because there's going to be a lot of important information and things that you will miss out, and then you go blame um, family members, which is in your family. Brother Edward Stewart, Apomo Etisane, Mihu Wacho, every now and then you pop up. That's good. It's good to see you. And if you have, hey, Brad Kabana, you there? You there? And I didn't see you. When you come, you say hello. Don't just come and just let me know you there. Bring your opinion too. I see. Oh Lord. Oh, I am great, and you pleased by the grace of God. I am grateful and blessed. Thank you for asking. It's good to see you also. Yeah. So let me do the promo, and then once I'm done with the promo, then we're going to continue the number two, about stepmoms. Yes. I see. Say you did, pa. Cool, great show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sometimes come and talk, okay? Let me send you the link. You can come and do audio. You don't have to show your handsome face and your beautiful voice. People will hear it though. All right. So it's not only here that you can, get some educational program and so forth. I have some sisters and also brothers who does educative programs that you guys can also tune in to support them, and also share their program and be able to share your opinion also. And we have boss lady, the boss of our compare, the marvelous, knowledgeable, strong-willed, beautiful boss lady. One, no size. Boss lady, Monday through Friday, Oba Live in Fire Drive time at 4 p.m. UK time. When she comes live is in US Eastern time, it's 11 a.m. So when you go boss lady, she comes, hey my gosh, her selection with the music that she play is like incredibly awesome. I want Serena to go further. Oh my god, this is epic. And then boss lady will bring different type of topics, regarding life issues. She goes all around. And then the Fire Life Radio family will come and share their views. She displayed the number that you can call in and also share your view. But I do love Fire Life. Their motto is says, ojadem, ejadie ankasa, and also subscribe Fire Life Radio on YouTube. It's like 24/7. They do other programs over there. And then on Saturdays, which is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. US Eastern time. I think said the time has changed. Yeah, but let me put it 3 p.m. UK time, so people will know if the time has changed. 3 p.m. UK time is Mami Trebois and Accra in Sankofa. Learn your native language on Saturdays at Fire Life Radio. And then we have our knowledgeable Sister Obapa Aisha Anka with the X Factor. Sister Aisha, all the educative program that I go and watch, and listen to and learn so much from them. I see Sister Aisha over there. It's not only that she comes, she share her knowledge and she's supportive financially all around. Sister Aisha, she has such a kind heart, and she encourage people, very supportive. So she's Sister Aisha sell Juice Plus natural supplement to balance your diet, because we need to make sure what we're eating. We need to stop eating the sweets too much, unhealthy food. We need to learn to balance it out, because with fruits, we can't even eat 30 fruits in one day. That with Juice Plus, they have those in there, 30 different fruits. So reach out to Sister Aisha. You can buy Juice Plus anywhere you are, all over, the world. You can order some from her, and then she sells Avon. If you someone who likes Avon products, you can. But for the Avon product, you need to live in UK to order them from her. When you watch Boss Lady's program, Boss Lady with her lipstick, I love it. Especially the bright colors when she puts it on, like, oh my goodness gracious, they it's like incredible. So they have different type of accessories. I love Avon's bubble bath. I love them. The smell is like they have different type of smell, the vanilla and so forth. So let's support Sister Aisha, because she's very supportive. Someone, it don't matter, like, as long as you giving a lot of like resources and making impact, she supports. She's not selective. That's one thing I love about her. So Sister Aisha, thank you and God bless. And then we have Obapa Nanabna, if you interested in getting organic hair products now, her product is what I've been using now. Like, I haven't cut my hair, I just wrap my hair around. My hair is too long and getting thicker. I have just wrapped it, because in the night before I go to bed, I will put a scarf on, and then just to keep it in place, because sometimes if I'm in a rush to go somewhere, I just wrap it around, and other times I would take one side out and leave the other side in, so I can carry my hair any way that I want. So just so people are wondering, my hair is there, I haven't cut it. And then we have Sister Ya for the Atobra. Oh, Sister Aisha, I appreciate you also. Always. Thank you. And then we have our author pet, Sister Ya for the Atobra. Her Facebook and YouTube is Auntie Ya's Book Corner. So go and follow her page, subscribe her YouTube. She does program on Saturdays. I can't wait tomorrow at 9:30 MST time, and then 11:30 EST time. When she comes, she come and share some nuggets, talk about, sometimes she take a page of her books, any of her 4 books, and then she will talk about it. Her first book is an inspirational book, which is Reflection of a Thirsty Soul. The second book is my favorite, but I love all of her books. The second book is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. A lot of women, and even some of you men, if you read it, you going to learn a lot of nuggets. A lot of women going to identify, associate themselves with the book. The third book is Refreshing for My Weary Soul. It's a devotional book. And then the fourth book, I can't wait for the fifth one. The fourth book is Own It. And it's a guideline to taking responsibility and accountability, which is something that some of our men and women all around are struggling with it. You have people who will literally do wrong thing, and then they blaming it on other people. They cannot take responsibility for their own action or want to be held accountable. Is something that is a huge problem within our community and society. So if you want any of these books, just go to Amazon. She's the number one bestseller with the Own It. Go to Amazon, put in yeah for the Atobra, books, and it will pop out for you. You can purchase them at Barnes and Noble or ebook or Kindle. You can get them over there to support Sister Ya for that to grab, because when you publish book, the editing, marketing, it's all about money, right? And she did it on her own as a woman. So when you hear some people making baseless remarks now, you'll be like, okay, we're not back in 2000 years ago. We in 2022, right? And some men are still sitting in uh, decades and decades way back, thinking the world is not changing. It is changing. So they want to stay there, they can stay there. So let's support Sister Ya for the Atobra. We also have Sister Ya B. Russell, she does wellness and health. She's an beauty advocate, and she has a lot of nuggets to share. She does programs, pre-recorded programs, and uploaded on YouTube. So her YouTube account is yeah Boatima Boatin dash Russell. So let's just go and subscribe her page. You're going to get a lot of insight from her. Let's support one another. And I have our sister Sage Williams. Sister Sage Williams, she has a lot. She's she uh, does she sells authentic merchandise. Go to her website, which is sageshare.com. When you go to sageshare.com, she sells t-shirts, dresses, jewelries, creams, beads, and scarves, ready-made hats, and other accessories, other accessories. So like, when you go with the t-shirt, you may not see your size, you may not see the color that you want. Please do not come out, okay? Because sometimes you may want light blue or green and you see black. Just order the sizes and the amount that you want. And then you're going to see a comment box. You just put the color of the shirts that you want. Let's just say that you having a family field day, right? Or like family and friends field day, and you want to wear different color of t-shirt to differentiate yourself. You can order those from her, like those who goes to churches and have association and groups and so forth. You can also order stuff from her. Her customer service is like mwah. I just love it. She is an awesome um businesswoman. Hi honey, what's up?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Fine, thank you. You need something?
No.
Okay, so you just coming to chill with mommy?
Yeah.
Okay. Then so if you hear, you have to listen good, oh, okay?
Okay.
Okay. That's Nana Kwesi. He just coming to hang with. Wait, say hello.
Oh.
Okay. So let's support Sister Sage Williams. So go to sageshare.com, and she has a lot of different merchandise that you will love it. I mean, like her clothing, t-shirts are very authentic because the dresses is mostly one size fits all. It's just maybe 15% of them that is cut in a particular size, that you have to be a particular size to get in there. And then we have Sister Awomre who are, for lunchtime. So this morning was like, oh my gosh. Her guest was Sopho Charles Teddy Dupont. Like he came on last week to talk about conflict resolution. They didn't finish, so he came and, conclude that program. And then, a lot of people suggested that she brings him on once every month, which I think is a great idea. He has so much insight. So if you missed her program this morning, please tune in, go check it out, share the video, like it, love it, support her, because she be shaking some trees and tables. It's like very educative program. I truly did enjoy it very much before I start work, because she comes on before I start work. So that's helpful. I'm able to like tune in for a good hour before I start work. And then you have hmm, you have who else? Pastor P with dreams and visionary and dreamers, dreamers and visionary with Pastor P. Like Sundays, 3 p.m. UK US Eastern time. Baby, I'm a dinner. And then you have Sister Civic, with her boutique merchandise, store. We can support her also. Um, we have Brother Obi, who also at times, come and react on certain things being said on social media, follows a lot of trends. We have Brother Big Love, his Big Love Radio Spain 24/7, who also do reaction on YouTube on music, and every now and then that's program Sex and Love and Sex on Saturdays. And then other days you go on YouTube, you will find him doing reaction on a lot of things. And then you have Sister Angelina Ban, she also sell juice plus, and she does program on Facebook and YouTube and just talk. Okay, so let's follow her on her page and support her also, sister, our sister Epa Worldwide. She does about parental alienation, and mental health, and other aspect also on YouTube. So you can follow her page as well. Fridays I come live at 6:30 p.m. US Eastern time, and then Saturday talk about life issues, Abrabo Mu Nsem. And then on Saturdays at 3 p.m. with Sofo Samuel. So of lately, like the internet will be like, kind of be acting up, and sometimes he have a hard time getting in. So it's hard to like, sometimes it takes us a bit longer to like kind of connect. But hopefully it will get better. I don't know, Ghana Lines is like just crazy. So tomorrow tune in at 3 p.m. with Sofo Samuel also, like he has a lot of like he's very knowledgeable. And when you guys come, and I keep saying this, please do ask Sofo questions, because like that's what he does. Ask questions. So and contribute, because hey brother Emmanuel G, you there? Come on, I beg, say hello. Eh? Let me acknowledge you. So if I don't acknowledge you, that means I did not see you when you came on, because sometimes I do watch myself, other times, I don't. So it's some at times I do miss that. Saisha, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys also. You're so very welcome, Sister Sage Williams. Much appreciated. I see you. I know, right? I don't know. Like this evening, he came to me. He was like, "Mommy, you're not going live?" I was like, "Yes, I am. I'll go in a few minutes. I'm getting ready." He was like, "Oh, okay." So, like sometimes they just ask me, and I'll let them know if I'm going to go or not. All right, so let's go on to number 2. Some stepmoms maltreatment with their stepchildren. So I was, kind of like scrolling on YouTube, and I saw a video of apparently a 19-year-old who I'm not sure if she's married to, because sometimes when you hear story now, you hear so many stories. Um, it's a 19-year-old girl with a 4-year-old boy. She's with the 4-year-old boy father, and they live together. So the father goes to work, and then the 19-year-old, which is his stepmother, will be entrusted to take care of her stepson. And um, for some things has been happening in the house, and this 19-year-old beat this 4-year-old to death. And some of the information that was said, was that she cooked food for the young boy, and the young boy is 4 years old, but he's selective mute. He cannot speak. He cannot communicate yet, and there are some kids that choose to be selective because they may not feel comfortable around certain people, so they will not speak or do anything. So what happened is that the boy's mother, the boy's mother is so beautiful. And my gosh, I was like, oh my gosh, why did she allow her son to go live with the father? You know how like back home sometimes they'll go like, it's good for a son to go to the fathers because the father has, he's financially stable, and the mom, it's likely possible. This is my assessment on this one. This little one here, I'm just saying now, that's my assessment. It's likely possible the mother is not financially stable. So she made the decision, she spoke to the dad, and then they decided for the son to live with the dad with his 19-year-old partner. So the 19-year-old partner becomes the 4-year-old stepmom, and then the dad will leave him with her, right? So how the incident happened, that she cooked, and the little boy did not want to eat the food. He didn't express it verbally, but his action, maybe he's nodding his head, closing his mouth. He did not want to eat the food. In some way, I would think that probably he saw her putting something in there, so he doesn't want to eat it because he feels like he's gonna get sick or something. So the boy, for whatever reason, the boy refused to eat the food, right? And the father came home. When the father came home, he said to the 19-year-old partner, he's going to go outside to buy the 4-year-old food, because he's not going to force him to eat something that he does not want to do. A father who loves his son, of course. I mean, I have to give it up to the dad. And on his way out, the 19-year-old told the father that if he goes out to buy his son food, by force, by fire, the son will still eat the food that she cooked. And the father said to the girl that if she does that, he's going to beat her to death. Her response to the man, the father, was that, well, just go and buy the food. By the time you come back, I will beat your son to death too. And she kept her word. She beat up the 4-year-old boy, and some of the information shared was that she banged her head on the wall. Like, I mean, by the time I saw the picture, I didn't get to like download it on, hold on. I did not get to download it on my laptop, so I will have to do it here. The little boy, oh my gosh, he's so like, oh Lord Jesus Christ. Who did I send it to? Is it Sister Ya? Did I send it to Sister Ya? Let me see. Because the boy's face is swollen up. Oh my goodness. And the father said that prior to that incident, prior to that incident, something like that did also happen, but it wasn't to that extent. And the father said that, he spoke to his 19-year-old partner about it. Oh gosh, I cannot even remember who I sent it to. This is terrible. I think I sent it to someone, but I can't figure out who I sent it to. Who did I send it to? hmm Oh, I sent it to someone. One person I sent it to, but I can't remember who I sent it to. Discover Facebook. Okay, I can't remember who I sent it to, but if I find the video, I'll send it to some of you because I have your number. So they brought the child to the hospital and he died from internal bleeding. And then the 19-year-old have been arrested. So the question that I have and what I want us to discuss, I mean, like when it comes to, we do have some stepmothers who are really, really incredible stepmothers. It's not all stepmothers that treat their stepchildren. Some of them treat somebody else's, their husband's child or their wife's child that they brought into marriage very well. They treat them the same way as their own. But we do have some of them within who are bad apple. But then, I have to assess the situation from how old that this stepmother is. She's 19, teen. When I mean, even though she's an adult, you know, is she mature? Does he have the capacity to withstand a child who might have some type of disability? Because the mother said that her son is very difficult. You may want him to stand here and then you find him elsewhere. It's likely possible he has ADHD, and when they are hyperactive, they cannot sit still. So for a child who has that impulsiveness, they're not going to sit where you want them to sit because they need to move around. So being that, he has that type of disability, did this 19-year-old understand what it takes, to exercise some type of patience to support her stepson instead of beating him to death, to the point that you slam his head against the wall and stamp on him. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I sent it to, I don't remember who I sent it to. I cannot believe that I don't remember who I sent it to. That's like really messed up. I think I sent it to somebody, but I don't remember who. Sometimes when you see something like that, you say to yourself, how can this happen? This cannot happen. But it did happen. So the little boy is dead. And like in terms of like what causes maltreatment, right? And I went to Mayo Clinic, okay, and they said factors that may increase a person's risk of becoming abusive include a history of being abused or neglected as a child, physically or mental illness, such as depression or post traumatic stress disorder, which is known as PTSD, family crisis or stress, including domestic violence and other marital conflict or single parenting, may be a factor, may cause some of this maltreatment, right? and which is something that we do have when it comes to our society. We do have a lot of people who, during their outbringing, they did, experience such things, right? Went through an abusive, toxic, unhealthy home environment. They were raised in there. So this is something that they saw. They themselves have been a victim. So they feel that, it's norm, right? To hit a child. If you say something to a child and they do not listen, now you're going to do the same thing, the same method that was used on you, even though you did not like it, was very discomfortable or like painful. You're still going to inflict that because in your mind, if it was done to me and nobody did nothing about it, so I'm also going to do the same thing to another people. And then I also went to healthychildren.org. What is the most common cause of child maltreatment? The major reason for physical and psychological maltreatment of children within the family often are parents' feeling of isolation, stress, and frustration. This young girl, a 19-year-old, and I hope she rats in hell because she killed an innocent child, 4-year-old, with who is nonverbal. How can you, like pound on a child? Whatever he did, he cannot communicate, he cannot speak to you. So it's like if you're talking to a child and he's not able to tell you what it is that he's experienced or he's going through, and you use force and maltreatment, flogging and beating to the point that he had internal bleeding and he died. He died. And prior to this child dying, he was induced into coma. And as the mother narrated the story, she said that with her son being induced in coma with his eyes closed, he was crying. It means that he was in agony, he was in pain. I mean, like, oh my goodness gracious, this is terrible. Are stepmothers more likely to abuse? Okay, and this is pure.hud.ac.uk. All right, it says, okay, although there is a depth of research into violence against children in step families. Some studies have indicated that step parents are more likely to abuse children compared with genetic parents. So to say a biological parents, even though if you know to me mistreaty or mama, it's not say be a new kun and answer papa no man the attention that he needs, and I say akwara papa no mistreating and I say treating very poorly on na otimi de ne frustration echo akra so, because of course say when they inflict pain on the child, now the father will be the one hurting, even though you're hurting the innocent child. Some of them will deprive the child from food, but they see study shows that most step parents are more likely to maltreat their their stepchildren. They will abuse their stepchildren, especially when the parent is not there. Most times within the Ghanaian community society, the men are the ones, who work most of the time. Most of the wives, the stepmoms are housewives, and some of them they spend more time with the children, so they get to interact with the children more than the father. So of course, if you have a woman married into with their stepchildren, they come to the marriage with their own children, they will treat their children better than the stepchildren of their husband. I just don't get it. Yes, you'll be there and I also there. I mean, most orphan children, orphanage children, they tend to succeed in life. They become stronger and they learn so much life skills, because most step parents will have them do work like the house boy or house girls. I mean, they think that they're doing them harm. In most ways, it's bad laboring, but they learn a lot of life skills. It's not good that you have to like pamper your own children and mistreat your child. So when I saw that, the fact that they arrested her, I'm hoping the law will, deal with her to the fullest extent, and she will spend the rest of her life in jail, because I don't think she does belong in society. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Such person should not be allowed to be a parent. Mm-mm. Sister Sage Williams said, a life has been lost. I'm telling you, sister, a very unfortunate situation. The little boy was caught between his father and the girlfriend. The father saw previous signs of it. This could have been prevented. The father should have taken the uh, threat seriously. Sad. Sis, I know. I said to Kay, I spoke to Kay about it, and Kay was like, I don't understand why the mother allowed the father to, the son to even go live with the father. And I was like, sometimes when it comes to if she does not have the financial means and she feels that the father will be able to provide that for the child, and the father is willing to have the child there, of course she's going to let it be. But sister Sage Williams, thank you for pointing that out. You're right, he did see signs, because he said there was one point that he came home, he saw something that he was very upset, and he disciplined his 19-year-old baby's stepmother, right? And then he didn't do nothing about it. And then when I heard that she did made the comment that when by the time he goes by the food, she's also going to beat her son to death. I was like, why didn't he take his son with him? Like this incident, um, tragic death could have been prevented. Of course, there were so many times that could have been done. The mom, I just don't know. Sometimes there are certain things, if I'm eating gari with no milk, my son and my child is going to be eating the same thing. I am not going to, oh my gosh, I just don't know. 19 years old to take care of my child. Oh, hell to the no. That will not happen. Mm-mm. No way. It's not going to happen. She herself is not mature enough. She's still a teenager. She's 19. In America, 18, they see them as an adult. But most of them are not mature enough. They're not knowledgeable enough. They cannot make rational decisions. Like, no, it's not happening. And sometimes with certain crime, I just wish that they would get the same beatings. Eh? The same beatings. But if you do that now, the law does not allow that. So you just have to allow the law to work its own way. So, like, what are some of the causes of for abuse? Right, stress and lack of support can cause abuse. Um, oh my God, untreated mental illness can cause abuse. Lack of parenting skills. This 19-year-old is evident that she lack of parenting skills can cause abuse. Somebody who lack of parenting skills, and you're going to leave your 4-year-old who is nonverbal with a 19-year-old. Are you in your right place? And then yet you have uh, another man talking about women being stupid. Hmm? Alcohol and drug abuse can cause abuse, because people who do drugs and drinks excessive, get drunk, drink excessive alcohol, their mind cannot function productively. Yeah, so they will make decisions that will harm a child. Yes, domestic violence, right? Children who are part of household where, and many people have said this, where there is frequent beatings, domestic violence, abuse, toxic environment, and they see violence growing up, those children are more prone to also become either a victim of abuse themselves, or they become the abusers. It's a fact. It does happen. So we just need to be mindful of that, but some of our men, they don't make intelligent decisions because of hunger. hmm They want young ones, eh? And then you bring your child and you place your child in the care of a murderer, an abuser, who ends up taking an innocent life for senseless reason. How did this happen? How could this happen? And when the man said he disciplined his wife, I'm sure said, Oba, ebro no bro oba no. Na wunim se obo oba bema. Na sa wa bro no na ade achi no wagya no ho no makwa adwuma. Ofu se de na obeye oba no. Ebro na wuburu ni nyina o de oba no nso. Ono nso no, and the frustration, everything is going to be on the child. So, as Sister Sage said, this could have been prevented, but apparently, when one lack of knowledge, intelligence, they don't think ahead. They're not proactive. Like you bring that child to your mother. If the child's mother cannot take care of the child financially, you ask your mother to help raising your son. You bring, oh my goodness gracious. So I'm going to end here today. I have other prior engagement, so we just need to do better, educate people, teach ourselves how best to deal with situation that is above us that we cannot handle. Sometimes, we get emotional, we get angry, we get upset. And when you're going through any type of emotions, good or bad, we will not be able to make rational decisions. Okay. Century model tells us when you are at your stupidest, when you are at your angriest, you are at your stupidest, which is true, because so woeful. And I say ebia udobi ebroso na just say when you are like feeling certain way now, you make decisions, rational decisions that it might turn out to be poor choices, or it might end your life, or you can harm someone intentionally or unintentionally. So I mean, this little 4-year-old boy, may his soul rest in peace, and the 19-year-old, excuse me, stepmother that caused his death, she needs to be punished. She needs to be put in jail. I don't think that she belongs in society. She's going to be a menace to society, because if she has done it one time, she's going to continue to do that, given the chance, because she did it first time. She wasn't punished long enough. she needs to go to jail with hard labor. That's my personal opinion. So until I see you guys tomorrow, you guys, thank you for those who share the program, those who like and love the program, use other emojis, those who contributed, those who sent me, who sent me stars. Thank you. I just found it. So I found the video. Yay. Okay. Biological mother of 4-year-old boy who was beaten to death by stepmom. Break the silence. Hold on. Let me play since I found it.
I'm saying for you, I have a kai, a rokosama, abetoja, our social media. At the first small boy, be over 4 years, now, and stepmother, when anything, to me, a brono, I'm not one and I know ever in Seattle. Now, Rokosemi, Ebetojano, and they are studying it to from no, and some baby now, and they are say, at their phone. Stepmother, any day, and Sandra, no, 19 years, and Ebetojano, among for Sandra, 88 will say, Abrabo Funny Papa, and the callers, a funny buyer. Mom and Sandra Everton, I know. I'm a funny buy and Sandra and Father Fan Winchin. I bring up Bibiano. I will bob from anyone to me, cram and in Pink with the Agro. They be a come on Asher them. Now, if you're 4 will say, so Musanio maybe say, they are Mahomet, say, or Mate, say, no more call is Yamania, was oh, me a concern for Sandra dear, on Yan and Bannister. And the moody demand who send me, it's me a see ye. Now, brother who send me see ye, and I call and say, this and say, Bama, when a girlfriend. Say, no, for about a dinner bench, so be more treated, Bano, will be able by one now. Obey your ban one control, and I think who signs by a tressa. Now, Collins at the same break at Sudan, Castle, Mona, what you say. On a Nesabia when in Diacoso and Wabuna Strabuso, and I think one with the Sandra A and a one fee, Nemo, Papa Bear made us rock with the pa, will be a free piano pen, red and a baby, and I'm pimping of the bounce now above Frano at that. So, Banna Bofanos and Naya. When she done who signs, we are Sandra Air Wabo Frano, and I think we any baby. Anyway, to me back, Sandra the videos on Abu Frana Yatreno, Etru Musical, one Abu Frani, any dear bro, be air also fine. Now, Collins, because I'm most not there, be watching himself there, you know. None the banner might be a one who be Sandra's adding tea, and a mark a wabo frame, my Sandra catcher and say, and one Abu Frano, Elko, Yama, Abu Frani Cano, into now some also a kind of monocatcher, and Sandra ye pa. Now, no one I watch him said, Dana Rose me see ye. Now we're free a Juma Abbey. Now, bedroom fear no. Now, Sandra and Red Diana for Fanny to win me. And I business also when need ya, and it will pop one thing. Now, go to Diana and your brand bano amanetti. And I watch him say, Sandra become be said. So, I had them corner one way Diana was up from 18 or Casa Debbie. Or go to Diana Diana Sandra name, that's what the by a dear cry, and you'll be Kumu efforts as a four assassin. So, as I'm not kind, and I watch him say, Sandra so the two names so the Kunidia, and I go to Diana Abano, and the banner with Jan one so Ekuno. And Penny and Paul Collins Trim say, or go to Diana bedroom fino, na Sandra ate me up on the bano, I'm at the bano, you did not go to hospital, didn't go hospital, no, and then you went to me and now can be Amefia, or to an unknown Ewa in Seattle, and then Sandra man for Pina, because Sandra will more dear, and I'm never afraid to me bono, the tissue them with Sabe, toilet nano, with me the bima up afraid, eating, and I send me by a better name, I was some. A police for ever Sandra, Sandra the Nukojina quarter to say crano, quarter should say 2 weeks' time. On the science na asem so na 2 weeks time on the science so atna so edi asemi na abara wo semi beto odwa e wo social media no na Ghana fonse mo bi stand se na abofra ne ma me akasa wo no e wo he it's now when that time en kwhwa ne ba no na wagya ne banning since no in the cost on the banner Abrabo Mu Nsem po. Bear man better abofano, no giant sign and some dear mouth for pina a beside. Now when Abofana Kasama may I grant interview a church in Simu, Kwana Collins, fast tonight, Collins, my fan, a banner, and others are who send the choir fast telling their warrior farm, and your Bakasa ye palm. And some men know your Wakati Casano Collins, every lazy charts be, Anna charts no, Abrabo Mu Nsem, Banana Casana sitting enye, our Sandra Sandra the name Fanny Yamuno, watch her Ghana for saying you say Diana Bano Quajeno, Wamani Mamma and Tenin Kana Simpuno, not on Pesene Mamino, Ebina Crano so Aquina. When per chat na Collins a release the no said that screen so emotional, Osha and some other watch right, and then maybe an walk at chair and the baby mama say, Nebano and your Sandra Benny girlfriend now in it, and I want to sit in a Muslim and you want to can mammy and pedabi, want to mention the panel, and I said, woman funny crazy and send near my Sandra day, no, any and you want the banner cry air for, and I can't send baby na a woman, no cosuma can kai a movie at your mamma, which are part where I was saying. You know, I don't stay home. I go to work on 5 and come back 7 to 8. So I don't have time. Nana is deforming. Do something because I don't even know what to do now, please. So if your son dies, are you going to ask of your son dead body? Angel, hey, be careful of what you're doing. And an angel ever replies saying, you are mad. Is he not your son? I beg. I'm about to deliver. Don't let me use some words. So, where any lady is someone, the reply Collins. Abrabo Collins who say, I was about finding my man, Cassatin, my funny sons, and the banner sitting on and should I enquire and mano. Now it's here and send me a making kind a day among me. Air Collins, who send the banner sitting on and said the Medicare cano, or friend baby mamma. So my funny pay and asking for mission. So, lady ask someone to quiet a trace of one day. Collins no and the banner and so way and I better dry social media and I said the Medicare cano. But funny mammy and Casasso, I grant interview and some day on also Eddie be out to the Becom, Yakuti be at the Abba. And send a Bakuti
Masumo.
Top send yes, so what you Canada, USA, and one of the
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Why? By the grace. I gotta go. So you guys take care. Bye. Nana.